Two pairs of shoes rest side by side on the ocean floor. One pair, heavy work boots. The other, tiny leather shoes made for a child. They have been lying there for 112 years, waiting. These aren't just artifacts. They're the final footprints of a father and his child. In the next 7 minutes, we're going to reconstruct their last 2 hours alive. What happened between 11:30 p.m. and 2:20 a.m.? The answer is written in the wreckage. Let's imagine them. We'll call them the Larkhens, a family of 4. Third class, tucked into narrow bunks on F deck, close to the waterline. The father worked with his hands. The mother carried everything they owned in one suitcase. 2 children slept between them, dreaming of America. At 11:30 p.m. on April 14, 1912, they were safe. The engines hummed beneath them. The rhythm was steady, comforting. So they didn't know that rhythm was about to stop forever. But here's what they also didn't know. Their cabin sat directly above the cargo hold. The same cargo hold that would flood first. When the iceberg struck, they were closer to danger than almost anyone else on the ship. And no one was coming to warn them. It wasn't a loud crash. Not for them. Down in third class, it was a dull, grinding vibration. The steel walls shook. Then silence. The father wakes up. He hears something strange. A hiss of escaping steam. The engines have stopped. He opens the cabin door. The hallway floor is wet. Not flooded, just damp. A steward walks past. "Go back to sleep," he says. Probably a dropped propeller blade. This was the fatal mistake. We move through those same corridors today. The ROV lights reveal cabin doors hanging off their hinges. To open forever. These doors marked the moment families realized they couldn't stay. But by then, water wasn't seeping anymore. It was surging. 12:15 a.m. 35 minutes after impact. The family grabs their life belts and the one bag they can carry. They step into a corridor called Scotland Road. Today, this hallway is a cavern of rust. But back then, it was a wide white tunnel, packed with confused immigrants, Swedish voices, Italian prayers, Irish curses, a Tower of Babel united by terror. The floor is slanted now. Walking forward feels like walking downhill. Beat, mini cliffhanger. But here's the problem. The Titanic was a maze. There were no signs pointing to lifeboats. Not for steerage passengers. No maps. No crew guiding them. Just dead ends. Locked doors. Crew-only staircases. As the father holds his daughter's hand tight, he knows the truth. If they let go, they are lost. And the water is rising faster than they can run. They find a staircase leading up. Finally, a way out. But their path is blocked. A waist-high steel gate stretches across the corridor. Floor-to-ceiling metal mesh. Locked. These gates existed for one reason. Immigration laws. They were designed to keep diseases out of America. To separate classes during inspections. But tonight, they keep people in. The family screams for a steward. No one comes. The stewards are gone. Saving themselves. Today, our ROV lights find these same gates in the wreckage. Rusted shut. Still standing after 112 years. They held back hundreds of people that night. Men pounded on them until their fists bled. Women pushed children through gaps in the mesh. The Larkhens don't have that option. The gaps are too small. They have to find another way. Time is running out. They turn back, move toward the stern. The crowd is thicker here, Bodies push against bodies. The mother clutches her children. The father clears a path with his shoulders. In the chaos, something falls. A small porcelain doll. The daughter reaches for it, but the crowd carries them forward. She never sees it again. We have found doll heads in the debris field. Tiny faces staring blindly into the sand, waiting for children who never came back. Every artifact down there tells a story. A hairbrush, a pair of glasses, a single shoe. Each one belonged to someone who thought they would reach America. The Larkins keep moving. They have no choice. The bow is underwater now. The stern is rising. 1:20 a.m. Finally, they burst onto the aft well deck. The air hits them like a wall, 28 degrees. Their breath turns to fog instantly. Above them, white rockets explode against the stars. Distress signals, but no ships are coming. They look up toward the boat deck. The lifeboats are there, so close. But they're in third-class space. A ladder leads up to second class, but a line of crewmen blocks the way. "Women and children only," they shout. But there are no boats here, no way to load them. The rule means nothing. The father lifts his son onto his shoulders. His daughter buries her face in her mother's coat. The class barriers remain until the very end, and the stern keeps rising. 1:50 a.m. The deck tilts sharply. Gravity pulls everyone backward, toward the stern, toward the only part of the ship still above water. The crowd crushes together, thousands of bodies fighting for inches of space. And then it happens. The father is pushed one way, the mother and children another. He reaches for them. His fingers brush his wife's sleeve. Then they're gone, swallowed by the crowd. In the wreckage today, we find shoes scattered miles apart across the debris field. Father's boots in one place, children's shoes in another. This is that moment, frozen in the ocean floor. The moment a family was torn apart, not by choice, by chaos. 2:15 a.m. The lights flicker, red, then nothing. Absolute darkness. A sound splits the night. Metal screaming. The ship
Gravity
is breaking in
becomes
half.
the enemy.
The stern rises
People
vertical,
fall,
straight up,
tumbling
like a skyscraper
past
pointing at
machinery,
the stars.
past railings,
Somewhere on that
into
stern,
the
and the family clings
The
to the
water
railing.
rushes up
Not
to
because
meet
they
them,
hope to survive,
cold
but because they
beyond
want to be together in the
imagination.
end.
The kind
Beat,
of cold
mini
that
cliffhanger.
stops your heart.
Gravity becomes the enemy. People fall, tumbling past machinery, past railings, into the darkness below. The father holds on. Maybe he found them again. Maybe he didn't. We will never know. The water rushes up to meet them, cold beyond imagination. The kind of cold that stops your heart in seconds. 2:20 a.m. The Titanic is gone. Silence returns to the Atlantic. The screaming stops. The splashing fades. The Larkins are gone. Their dreams of America dissolved in the freezing water. 112 years later, we visit their grave. A suitcase rests in the mud, still packed with clothes folded with hope. The cold and darkness preserved them perfectly. We don't know their real names, but we know their story. It's written in the boots, the shoes, the tiny doll heads staring into the sand. Final beat, cliffhanger. But here's what most people don't realize. There are still cabins in the wreck we haven't explored, still doors we haven't opened. What else is waiting down there?